What's going on, guys? I just finished running a 5K, which is about 3 miles. On the mile itself, I did exactly 3 miles, which is a tad bit over 5K. Nevertheless, just trying to recover, catch my breath. Just let the blood oxidate through me. And just taking advantage of another beautiful day out here, man. And so real quick, on this note of completing activity, my goal with one of the goals, which I don't really prioritize one over the other, is being more active and getting to a place of maintenance. I'm nowhere near a place of activity maintenance, with, just still responsibilities, being a father, handling business, such and such, still in that building phase. So majority of my time isn't around fitness like I would like it to be when I'm older. So, right, we're just kind of setting the pace and kind of just getting better as we get older, because aging is inevitable. But being in shape long term is very possible. So one of the goals with leaving the States was to do such. And speaking on the States, when I do things like this, whether it's walking, running, jogging, we're in the gym, we're doing HIIT, I think about the status of America and its health, the obesity problem that leads to other, secondary or, more terminally ill factors in people's lives. And basically, to sum it up, man, America's goal is, honestly, they're trying to make you sick, broke, and homeless. Whether it's direct for some parts of the country, some companies, some legislation, or indirect. The goal is to make you sick, broke, and homeless. Sickness is just increasing, and we're not talking about colds and common flus, We're talking about things where people my age and younger are getting hospitalized for, right? We're talking about people can't either find or keep a job, and that's the mainstream income. So obviously, that leads to some people being homeless, or at least it leads to a mental breakdown where people can become homeless because they have no plan or plan B, So if you really just think about people that you guys know, think about 4 or 5 people that you guys communicate with on a regular. And then maybe think about those 4 or 5 people's friends, associates, family members, and how their life is, There's no such thing as perfection, but there is such thing as building and progression. And if people are not only, plateauing, but working backwards in health, in health/fitness, in finances, and in their relationships, then that's a societal problem, because it's mass people. I look at all these statistics and it's mass population. It's 3%, it's 5%, it's 20%, it's 50% is doing this, and it's more so negative. So just think about that, guys. Like, are you in an environment or in an area full of negativity? Whether it's your fault or not, I'm all about controlling what you can control. But if you're doing everything that's necessary and you seem to you can't get over that hump, that plateau, that bridge, then it must be the environment. It may be the environment, right? Control what you can control. Take advantage of natural, remedies, of gut intuition. Take advantage of any opportunity you can and see if it's scalable, see if you could build from that. Because a place like America, if you don't got a plan A, B, C, D, and E, and you are sick, you're doomed, man. You are. It's inevitable. America is appropriating themselves to where a certain class exists and takes over and control. So really remember that. Knowledge is power, health is wealth. They tell you all that stuff. So actually activate that. Because I hear people who talk about that stuff daily and their life look broke, figuratively and physically. So I'm gonna put that in the air, guys.